right. Oh, okay. If you want me to start, yeah. All right. Okay, guys. Hello. Selection day. Hey. Okay. So we're gonna start web dev. Yes. So today, what are we talking about? We're talking about file structures. Isn't that fun? Yeah, file structures. What else? We're talking about just how the internet works, World Wide Web, stuff like that, and what the heck a CDN is. So cheers. It's gonna be fun. Okay, so best practices for file structures. Probably according to the Mozilla documentation, images, scripts, style folders are probably a good idea. Although remember that if you're doing like a server-side application, like PHP Laravel or Vue.js. I mean, that's technically whatever. Vue.js and Jekyll, which will actually be going into the Jekyll file structure in like a later point when we're talking about GitHub pages. They'll have their own special things, so just make sure to read read the documentation about it. Yes, cool. So we're just going to go into a live demo about just how file paths work just generally. So we're just going to do that real quick. Okay, hello, there we go. We're just going to open up REPL. Let's see. Okay, so we have the index.html page. Okay, so let's say I want to add an image, I'll have to actually upload an image real quick. Let's see. I'll upload a file. We're gonna put a zombie because I like zombies. Zombies are cool. Okay, so we have index.jpg. So we're gonna add like a normal, we're gonna add a normal, image of a zombie because zombies are cool. So normally you would just do that, have index.jpg and it's going to be a picture of a zombie. So we're going to run the server. There we go. That's a JPEG, not a PNG. But anyway, yeah. So here's a zombie. Okay. So what happens if we wanted to add a folder called images and then put the picture of a zombie in here? Okay. Just run it normally. Nothing shows up. Probably because we put it in a folder. So how do we reference folders? Well, I mean, how do we path to a folder? Well, you put the name of the folder. So in this case, it'd be images, put a slash in the middle, and then there we go. We have index.jpg, and then the zombie will show. So there's a few types of, so there's like two kinds of file paths. There's going to be like the absolute and a relative. So what I'm talking about in this situation, so let's say we have another folder. We're just going to call it zombie. And we're going to put that's in images. We're going to put a file called, I don't know, zombie.html. Cool. And then what if we wanted to get this, cute zombie with, how do we get the zombie? Cool. We go to image and then let's just say, I don't know, images. Well, we'll just copy and paste the code from index. Okay. All right. That's what we'll do for now. Okay. And then we run it, and then we open in tab, and then go to /zombies. Did I put a S? Nope, I did not. All right, cool. I'm gonna go to zombies.html. Whoa, there's no zombies. I copied the same code. Why is it not working? Okay, why is it not working? Because this is a relative. This is a relative file. So what it's trying to look for, okay, so let's open up the network proxy in Firefox. So Firefox, good thing. You'll notice that we have a 404 error. 404 error.
Chrome has this. Chrome has this. Chrome has this.
Chrome has this. Well, yeah, but I like Firefox, and I'm not gonna put that there. If we have an editor, can we cut that last portion out? Thank you. Okay, so we have a 404 error, and that basically says, hey, I can't find this. Why can't I find this? Okay, so let's see what's going on. We double click it and we notice that it's trying to find the index JPEG file in the zombie file. So how do we solve this? How do we solve this issue? Well, I'm not going to look at chat because I feel like my piece is going to explode if I do. But you have two options right here. Okay, whoops. You have two options. Okay, you can either put a slash, and the slash tells the server basically to look at the what is it called? root directory. So basically it's gonna, okay, so we're just gonna do that and it's gonna work. It's basically when it's looking for the very like front, like the very top directory. So in this case, it'll find images and it'll find index.jpg. The other thing we can do is a dot slash, a dot dash, putting it not in the quotations. Dot slash basically says, hey, I want you to look into the top, the other folder. So in this case, it would go from zombie to the root directory, so normal, and then it'll look for images.index.jpg. And then it will work. Let me just refresh the page, and cool, it worked. It was looking for index.jpg, and it found it. Let's see, I reviewed absolute, and you'll notice that like, so you'll notice when you're doing this that some of the HTML files will say, whoops, I just deleted that. It will say ./images/index.jpg. You'll notice that this actually does not work. That is because that's like the official way of looking for relative, asking for relative paths. The browser would just like, you don't really need to have this. Like if you don't add this, the browser would just like automatically look for, okay, it's trying to ask me for a relative path. But so you have to specify, you have to specify, what was it, an absolute path. Now, when you're doing this, try to use absolute paths if you know that the file is going to be like, it is going to stay there. Like if you do ./ and then let's say we move zombie to like another file called, I don't know, HTML, and we put it here, this ./ will not work because it will be looking for the images file in the zombie folder that there is no images folder in the zombie folder. So you'll notice that first of all, we need to go to HTML/. So HTML, here we go, and it's gone. It's not there. Sad. I'm sad because of that. And we'll solve it by using a relative, and then even if we copy and paste, that code everywhere. Let's say I just wanted to add this snippet of code to, I don't know, another folder, another file somewhere, stuff.html. That's some great naming conventions, by the way. Stuff and like other stuff and other stuff. It's a great naming convention. You should try it. And we'll just start adding it, and it'll work. It'll work anywhere because we know that images will always be we'll know, because as long as you don't move this images file away from the root directory, which you probably won't if you follow this folder structure, then you'll know that no matter where you put this HTML snippet code, it's going to stay. We'll have that cute looking zombie always. And that's going to be great. Okay, so that's just a live portion. I just want to get that squared away, and oops. Yeah. And so you might be confused that like, hey, this is kind of like a folder directory. Like, yeah, have you ever used Windows and you like copy and paste stuff, and you notice that sometimes Windows asks for \\? Yeah, well, this isn't File Explorer. This isn't like File Explorer. Like, you might be treating it as such of a file explorer, but the browser knows it's smart. It'll realize what you're trying to do, and just use // even if you're on Windows or anything like that. Okay, so the World Wide Web. What does Google say? Google says an information system on the internet which allows documents to be connected to other documents by hyperlink text, enabling the user to search for information by moving one document to the other. Yeah, I guess that's, yeah. Just think about, we're not gonna talk about like this because you kind of already know this. Like, we're Zoomers, like we know how the internet works. You click a button, you click a link, then we get to a website. It's magic, it works. So we're gonna talk about a little bit how that magic works exactly, but we're not gonna go that much into it because I want to save that for second semester when we're talking about server side stuff. So that's a good plug right there. Stay in this club because it's gonna be fun, things. So we're gonna talk about the client first, the browser. Usually the browser, it could be something else, but in this case we're gonna talk about the browser. So there's a few quirks that you might want to know about like the browser. First of all, index.html looks for that first. So you might be wondering, why are we naming everything index.html? That is so boring. Index.html is kind of bad, not gonna lie. We should rename it like first page or zombie is the best zombie ever. .html. You know, why are we naming it like that? It's because the browser looks for index.html first. Like you'll notice that if I go back to this repo stuff, which I just deleted, so that's fun. But you know, if I went to google.com/ I don't go to google.com.html. Like I'm not putting that down. It's gonna work because that's how the browser acts. You know, it looks for the HTML first. On top of that, you'll notice that this www dot like pops up everywhere. Why is this here? What's the point of this? You can't, I forgot why exactly, but in DNS you can't link you can't link a CNAME I shouldn't even be talking about it. Whatever. Basically, there's some weird stuff which DNS, but usually the browser will look for www dot that subdomain first, and it will ask for that page first. And then if it doesn't work, then it'll ask for the whatever you asked. And
yeah, so just a quick clarification. Basically, when you type in google.com, it first says, okay, it's a www because you didn't specify a subdomain, right? So then it says www.google.com. Okay, what page do I need from www.google.com? And it looks for index.html first. So basically, when you go to google.com, it redirects you to www.google.com/index.html.
Yeah, basically. Okay. So, and you get the file, you get the .html file, and it renders it, and yeah. Okay, servers. You can't actually like ask for a server like google.com. You can't just you have to ask for an IP address first, and to do that, we'll talk about the DNS server a bit later. But like it asks you're asking for the DNS, you're asking for the IP address from the DNS server, and then it gets the IP address. The way that the server reacts, you give it a path, and it gives you that file. Usually, it's going to be that in the HTML file, but you know it could be images, it could be CSS, it could be whatever. And yeah, you can do this weird trick on let's see, on Windows where you just open a command prompts, you know, ns lookup, and you type in whatever domain you want. In this case, we'll just do google.com, and it will give you IP addresses. IP addresses, there are a bunch of numbers. Computers don't understand words unless you give it a way to understand words. This portion here, it's called IPv6. They noticed a long time ago that they might actually run out of numbers because of the way that internet has been growing. And so they added another way of doing it where they added base 16, also known as hexadecimals. And don't worry about how that works. It's just a really big number. That's all it is. Just a really, really big number. And yeah, DNS. So we're not going to go into it that much. All we need to know, it gives you you give it a word or a domain, it spits out a number. We might go into it a bit more when we're talking about server-side stuff, like stuff I haven't thought about that much. You'll notice that when you're like going into it, that a lot of it is like, you know, .gov is going to be primarily like it's going to be a lot about the U.S. government, like U.S. government. .mil is also to the U.S. military. You know, a lot of that is just because of how the internet works. Like, I mean, not the works. It was originally made as ARPANET. It was a Cold War project to make sure that the Russians can't. I mean, you can still communicate with servers after a nuclear war, and you can see that like that the U.S. here got here first, and that's why a lot of the DNS and a lot of the stuff have been worked for that purpose. And hey, there's a smiley face. Looks like I have annotations on. Well, that's wonderful. Let me just go turn that off real quick. How do you turn this off?
Right. Zoom screen share part, view options, annotate, or turn off annotations, and then clear it for everyone. Clear it,
yeah. There we go. All right, cool.
Why is it on by default?
Why is it on
Zoom
by
is
default?
Stupid.
Yeah, Zoom is interesting. Okay. So yeah, what happened? Yeah, basically you got a domain, you ask for the domain, gives you an IP address, you use the IP address to connect to servers. And yeah, it's pretty cool.
Right, quick clarification there. Basically, going on with the Google example before, when you type in google.com, right, before it even says like, is it www or whatever, it has to know what the IP address of the server is. So basically it says, hey, DNS, what's the IP address of google.com? And then it gets that IP address first. And then after that, it looks for index.html and everything else.
Yeah. Yeah. You can actually like, okay, here, let's just try this real quick. You can actually, I copied it earlier. You could just like, you know, run it and then it'll go to Google. That's nice. Ain't that cool? That's cool. Yeah. Okay. So we can kind of see how this all works now. The blue box is the internet, and I mean, not the internet, the computer. It asks for the DNS first, you know, you spits out an IP address, then it goes to the web servers, and then it spits out the file that we're asking for. And that's pretty cool. So content delivery network, okay, content delivery network. It's just a bunch of servers, like it's under our proxy. So what that means is that like, if I'm asking for like cdn.bootstrap and I'm from like, I don't know, Bengal from India, it'll, that proxy will notice that I'm from India and then it'll ask a server in India. So like the latency, it's quick, you're getting the file quickly and it's under a load. So you'll get the file quickly. That's all that really matters. And you should generally use it, but yeah, Kento, if you want to jump in at this point, you're more than welcome.
Yeah, basically, CDN is like you have a URL to a file, right? But then when you try to download it, it picks the best server to download it from automatically. And that speeds it up for everybody.
And these servers get billions of requests like every single day, so probably fine. Here's an example of one of them. This is from Bootstrap, and then you just copy and paste this code. Like you'll find this on the website on which frameworks that you're asking for, and you'll generally find like stuff like these snippets like these. And you know, you put the CSS and head and JavaScript and footer or the bottom and body wherever they ask you to put it, and then you'll be fine. You'll be just fine. And that's actually it for this whole little thing until we, you know, continue this for second semester. And yeah, the code is www, and we'll just put that in chat.
Edition, yay!
Yay! Yay! That's a lot of chats. Wow, look at that. Okay, hello, goodbye. Yeah, that should be going a domain. Can I get my own Sangmin dot, please? Yes. Maybe I should plug into my blog. Blog.sog.in. Go visit it.
Yeah. Blog.sang.in. www. Yeah, blog.sang.in.
Let me.
The code is www.
www.
Those who watch VTubers will be familiar with the letter W.
Love HoloLive.
Ronak knows for sure. Yeah, VTuber rabbit. Big Kusa, yeah.
Ah. Oh no. Uh-oh. There we go.
You guys done? Or
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. Take it easy, guys.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Maybe I should go with HTTPS.
All right. Well, that's the end for today. I'm going to end the meeting here. Bye, YouTube. See you next week. Bye-bye.